I'm not aware of any easy method to find out the square root of a mixed fraction, so let's convert this into an improper fraction. When you consider a mixed fraction, it's basically 12 add a quarter. Now at the moment these aren't compatible because we've got quarters and the denomination of 12, it's over 1 at the moment, so you could consider that as a fraction. You can't really add those together. Now to convert this into quarters, in every one we've got 4 quarters because 4 quarters makes 1. So it follows that 12 is going to be 48 quarters. That's 12 times 4. And we can see that this is true because 48 divided by 4, that's the same as 12, so we haven't changed the value here. Then we're adding 1 quarter. 48 quarters add 1 quarter, we're going to have 49 quarters. Next thing we can do is taking the square root of this. So if we take the square root of 49 over 4, then we can actually split the square root. We can square root the 49, that gives us 7, and then we can square root the 4, that gives us 2. And we can see that this is true because if we take 7 over 2 and we square that, we times it by 7 over 2, then we get 49 over 4, which is what we just square rooted. So this must be true. But bear in mind when we're taking the square root of a number, you've also got the negative solution as well. So in fact we're going to have plus or minus 7 over 2. Because also we did negative 7 over 2 times negative 7 over 2, we have double negatives. And that also gives us 49 over 4. The power of 2, that's 2 to the power of something. So 2 squared, that's a power of 2. We're looking for this here though. So we want 2 to the power of something. So to work out what that power is, at the moment we've got 16 up here. Now that's not very useful because we need to have 2 to the power of something. I would first try to tackle this and think what 16 is as a power of 2. So to create 16, this is an uncalculator paper. We can't really do much fancy techniques here, but we simply can just think about it as 2's times together. So 2 times 2 gives us 4, times another 2 gives us 8, then times another 2 gives us 16. So 16 is actually equal to 2 to the power of 4. Now if we want to consider what this cube root would be as a power of 2, now we could investigate with some numbers if we wanted to, and we didn't know our laws of indices. Let's take some powers which we are familiar with, so powers of 10. So if I have 10 to the power of 1, that's equal to 10. If I had 10 to the power of 3, that's equal to 1,000. And if I had 10 to the power of 9, that's going to equal to 1 billion. Now looking at this power here, if I was to cube 10 to the 1, I get 10 to the 3. If I was to cube 10 to the 3, I get 10 to the 9. Because if I was to cube 10, I get 1,000. If I was to cube 1,000, I get 1 billion. So if I go back down the other way, it follows that if I'm dividing the power by 3, then if I had 10 to the power of a third, that would actually be the equivalent of doing the cube root. So the cube root of 10 is equal to 10 to the power of a third. We can use that technique up here. Now this is one of our laws of indices. So if we have something root of a number to the power of something else, then that's actually equal to that number here to the power of y over x. Now we can just remember that and recite that here and just simply apply this. So now we converted 16 into this 2 to the 4. So then we have cube root of 2 to the 4. Now we can apply one of our other laws of indices if we wanted to. So we got 2 to the power of 4, and then we're raising that to the power of a third from the cube root. And when we've got two powers like this, we're essentially timesing the powers together. That's another of our laws of indices. We have a to the x to the power of y. When you times those indices together, a to the power of x times y. So we're actually going to have 2 to the power of 4 over 3 over here. And that's our answer. That's what we're looking for up here. We can see this law in action up here. So if I take 10 to the power of a third, and I was to cube that, then I have 1/3 times 3, which gives you the power of 1. And if I have 10 to the power of 1, and I was to cube that, and then times that 1 by 3, I'll get to the power of 3. And then, of course, if I have 10 to the 3 and I cube that, I get 10 to the 9, and that's 3 times 3. So you can see that this is working.